Got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
fu muy fanaan ak kuy wut ku ko wétali xanaa delloo buntu gi war la naa boole yaa Fatus Guest House tijjil na leen buntu bi ñu ngi leen fa am ak ñaari cabinet salle yu yaaña
amal neen li nga xamante ne mooy cabinet ak salle ñu ngi leen amal AC ak fan
salle bi nag lépp li ngeen soxla am na fa sofa yu nooy ñoo fa nekk TV bank fa cabinet boo dugga lal yu nooy leen fa amal nañ leen fa AC ak li nga xam ne moom mooy fan toilet yu set wicc amal nañ leen fa kitchen microwave fridge and room bu baax dama ne teranga day mut moo taxit yaa Fatus Guest House amal leen extra kitchen lépp lu ngeen bëgg a togg mun ngeen ko toggee si gas cooker bii nii
kuy xalam di si jaayu nag barke bi yaay borom amal ne li nga xamante ne mooy ndox ak courant 24/7 bu leen tiit bu leen ragal bu leen xof ndax amal ne lii di CCTV caméra
seet si leen ñu si Farafenni gannaaw garage base bi Kawur highway
very clean every day am na cleaning service ratio bi amul fenn
yaa Fatus Guest House teranga aduna bët kon nag seet si leen ñu
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, let me start by thanking you for coming so promptly and in your numbers. And on behalf of the Secretary General and the party leader and on behalf of the National Executive, we want to wish the Gambian media fraternity a very productive and prosperous 2022. We thank you for joining us all the time when we call you to discuss matters of importance to the UDP and to the nation. I am very pleased to say that this is a first of its kind press conference. We have been quiet for the last 2 months. Today, the Secretary General will have the opportunity to tell all our compatriots the reasons why we thought it necessary to reject the election results of 4th December 2021, the reasons why we went to court, and other pertinent matters affecting the politics of the Gambia and the United Democratic Party. But before the party leader gets into this special press conference, he has a few issues, urgent and very pertinent issues that he would want to discuss with Gambians. Again, thank you very much for coming, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kel, for that succinct, brief, and very relevant introduction. I want to say to the members of the media fraternity, a happy and prosperous new year to all of you. The new year is still young, so we can still wish each other a happy new year. And I hope that this year will be a year that the media practitioners will remember as one that's advanced their cause, as the year in which their aspirations for most of the things have been achieved, that freedom of the press, freedom of the media will not just be in theory, but it will also be in practice, and that the Access to Information Act that has been passed will be fully utilized by the media, and that there will be no obstacles in them trying to access any information. Thank you all for coming. And the matters that have been referred to by Mr. Tal are matters of national, I would not say concern, but one may be of national concern, but the other one certainly is not a national concern, but it's of great national interest, and is one that the whole nation should really be united about. Well, I want to first commiserate with our compatriots in the Fonies who have been displaced by incursions into their areas as a result of incidents between security forces, whether they are under the command of the Senegalese or the command of the ECOMIG, it doesn't matter, security forces, and the rebel groups, virtually trying to turn the Gambia into their theater of war, resulting in the displacement of residents in the surrounding villages in that area. We share the stresses, the inconvenience that our compatriots are going through as a result of their displacement. I understand that the Red Cross Society is stepping in to give the necessary humanitarian aid and assistance that is required. So I want to use this opportunity to appeal to everyone, every Gambian, that we should also assist our compatriots. From 1 kilo of rice to 20 bags, whatever. From 1 cup of oil to 20 gallons of cooking oil. And that, I appeal that we should really make these donations to our compatriots through the Red Cross. That each and every one of us who can, please, let us help our compatriots, go to the Red Cross and give whatever we have to assist our compatriots. And in the same vein, I'm asking both the governments of Gambia and Senegal to really take the necessary measures so that our compatriots can go back to their villages, live there without being fearful of any incursions, free from intimidation, and they can live there comfortably and sleep at night without really fearing that anything untoward will happen and affect their safety. I appeal to the government of Gambia and to the government of Senegal, really, to take immediate measures. This is not politics, and it cannot be politics. No one is politicizing. No one is politicizing this matter. We are all concerned that an event of this nature, an issue of this nature, if it happens, Gambians must speak to it. And we are speaking to it as two Gambians concerned about the fate and plight of our compatriots, concerned about our territorial integrity. That is why we are doing so. Not only our territorial integrity, but also our sovereignty. That's what we are concerned about. And this certainly gives an opportunity to every well-meaning Gambian to really come step forward and help our people and come up with any suggestions that would help assuage the situation and ensure that no such incident occurs again on the territory of the Gambia. Having said that, also want to take this opportunity to congratulate the Scorpions, the Buntaluls, the JIT. I want to congratulate them for their outstanding performance. This is the first time that the Gambia has gone to that level in international competition in football. This shows that our young men are growing in the football, and all they need is support both morally and materially. And every Gambian should really make it his duty to give them the maximum encouragement, at least if by no other means, but morally. I understand they'll be returning sometime today. We are not sure when, whether it will be today or tomorrow. But whatever day, on whatever day they return to home, I want to ask every Gambian, if you cannot go to the airport, line the streets with the Gambian flag in your hands and congratulate these young men for putting Gambia on the map of on the footballing map of the world. We congratulate all of them. Now, of course, gentlemen of the press, it is common knowledge that on the 4th of December, 2021, Gambians went to the polls to elect a president that should be put in charge of the affairs of the state of the Gambia for the next 5 years. The election results were announced on the 5th of December, and then the then incumbent, Adama Barrow, was declared president-elect by the Independent Electoral Commission. We did not believe that the elections were conducted in a manner that was in accord with the law, or at least aspects of it were not carried out in manner that they accord with the law. As a result, we mounted investigations, and our investigation revealed not what you would call anomalies, but what would clearly be regarded as malpractices. Because anomalies can really not affect the elections unless they are too serious. But in this instance, we discovered a great deal of malpractices during the campaign and before the campaign. Because of our discovery, we decided that we would go to court and challenge the election of President Adama Barrow on grounds that on grounds that the law recognizes. Our complaint, or what we submitted to the court for determination, was that President Adama Barrow's election was invalid by reason of corrupt practices. 2, Adama Barrow was not duly elected or returned, and his election is otherwise invalid. 3, the votes cast in favor of President Adama Barrow in all regions are void by reason of corrupt and illegal practices. 4, the election is otherwise invalid by reason of non-compliance with which affected the result result in favor of Adama Barrow. The election is otherwise invalid by reason of non-compliance with the Constitution and all applicable laws. These were the issues we presented to the court for determination, based, of course, on facts. We deposited in court documentary evidence, and this documentary evidence would include videos, and we had over 2,000 pages of evidence that we deposited in court. However, the Supreme Court decided that our petition, or let me say the petition, should not proceed because of non-compliance with Rule 11 of the elections petition rules. I said, I didn't say our petition, I said, no, let me say the petition. Because when it's a petition, probably people will think that this is UDP's, this was UDP. all the matters enumerated here, if the court had heard the evidence and ruled in favor of the petitioner United Democratic Party, it would be any other person, including those who contested in the last presidential election, who would again want to run in the by-election. So they would all have been given the opportunity, so it's not UDP. If you had asked that the UDP's candidate should be declared elected, then that would make it a UDP petition. But this was a petition meant really to regularize the playing field so that anybody who took part in that election could really take part in it again in a by-election if he so wants. Or those who did not take part, yet they want to take part, they could do so. So I say this because every time I hear UDP's petition, UDP called a petitioner, it's not UDP called this petition for the people of the Gambia, championed by UDP as we have always done. Now, as I said, the Supreme Court rejected it on the ground that they are non-compliance with Rule 11 of the election petition rules. We availed ourselves of the right given to us by the Constitution and by the rules of the Supreme Court to apply for leave to review the judgment or the ruling. Again, that application was rejected by the Supreme Court. And that was the only court that we could go to. United Democratic Party strongly feels that our right to have access to justice, that we were denied the opportunity to present a case, that our grounds, our complaints was never heard. And again, so that those who go about to say that UDP's petition was dismissed, they are wrong because it was never dismissed. In fact, it was struck out. So that misstatement, sometimes coming from the media, is inaccurate. Our case was never heard. Whether we were right or we are wrong, it was never heard. So we were denied the opportunity to present a case to the court. And during this, if we are given the opportunity, the Gambian people would know the strength of our complaints. They would know why we are in court. Having failed to be given the opportunity by the Supreme Court to be heard, the National Executive accordingly met and said, well, the options now open to us is to tell the Gambian people what we wanted to tell them in court. And that is what we are now doing. There have been several instances of corrupt practices that are prohibited by Section 116 of the Elections Act. And we have it that the slightest evidence of corrupt practice, just one single act of corrupt to you, the members of the press, at least not less than 20 incidents of corrupt practices committed by Adama Barrow or by his agents to his knowledge, with his knowledge. on by or by his spouse with his knowledge. And all these corrupt practices took place during the campaign period. And we have not mentioned anything about what might have been done in July, because that could not properly be regarded as corrupt practice as far as the Elections Act are concerned. But then whatever took place during the corrupt practices and whatever took place during the campaign period and is done in order to influence the electorates to vote amounts to corrupt practices. Now, as I said, there are at least 20, it's not limited to 20, but there are at least 20 incidents of corrupt practices. And I will now run you through them. I'll give 3 of them which are cash given. On the 9th of November, the president gave the sum of $1 million to Musa Drame to take to the villagers of Munyaki.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer
to help build their health center. The promise had been given in Kuntaya the previous day, when the people of Munyagen it was in Kuntaya the previous day when he made promise to the people of Munyagen that he would give them money towards the construction of their health center. And on the 9th, this money was delivered by Musa Drame, the governor, the CFO, and some other NPP officials. And at that gathering in Munyagen, the emissary, Musa Drame, told the people that the president has fulfilled his promise of giving assistance for the construction of their health center, and gave them $1 million, and Alcalo and other villagers responded that appreciate very much what the president has done, and that the only way that their appreciation should be done, if Musa Drame asked them that the only way that you can show your appreciation to the president for this handsome generation is to make sure that his ballot box is filled with ballot tokens. And that promise the villagers did make. And that promise the villagers did actualize on the voting day by ensuring that they voted for President Adama Barrow. You cannot have any act of corrupt practice than that. But during the same campaign period, the president went to Sutukung, where he had a rally, and at the end of that rally, he decided that he would go to Barokunda to make a courtesy call on the Grand Marabout and the villagers of Barokunda. In the course of interaction with them, he asked someone to bring money from the vehicle, and $100,000 was brought in, and the president gave it to a Mr. Bayo, one of the villagers, and with these words, "Nata ngamfang karafalma, katafayo binakam. Ngamfang karafalma, alla kurusong lo munyinti." And these are all on video, gentlemen. These statements that I'm making, they're all on video. At the end of the day, all these incidents, you will have the videos or the photographs. That of Musa Drame is in pictures. You'll have it, and the others, they are on videos. You'll have the videos given to you. I think we'll arrange for people to send this to you through, how do you call it? Is it soft copy? What? How do you call it? Huh? Electronically, because it will not be possible. We can, but it will take us the whole day if we want to show each episode, each incident, if we want to show the video here. Now, that is what happened in Barokunda, and $100,000 is given. And in Kitty, also, a total sum of $45,000 was given to the youths, and these were in three tranches. First, a $10,000, the second, $10,000, a third, $25,000. And the first one of $10,000 here was given to the youths with a ram, and the $25,000 here was given with a bull. All by Ahmed Jite, and you all know that Ahmed Jite is one of the agents of President Barrow, and he gave it to the youths that he wants them to vote for President Barrow, and indeed, he comes from Kitty, and if President Barrow were to win, if he assists him and President Barrow wins, that would give him also an opportunity of being appointed a minister by President Barrow, and then he can do a lot of things for the people of Kitty. I don't know if this is not corrupt practice. What can be qualified as corrupt practice? Now, in November of 2021, the communities of Bassetti Junction received milling machines from Lady Fatba Barrow, and which Dalkalo, at which ceremony Dalkalo was introduced as a member of the NPP. And this donation of a milling machine was also done so that the people or the residents of Bassetti Junction could really vote for NPP and their candidate, Adama Barrow. And on 30th November at Sandu Misra, also, we have video which shows that the president's political advisor, Siaka Jatta, and some NPP officials were distributing milling machines. And one, can we please have it? And one of the villages in the URR where milling machine was given was Sandu Misra. And Not only was milling machine given to them, but Siaka Jata also made a promise that the people of Sandu Misra will get a tractor. And the only thing that could prevent them from not getting a tractor is if President Adama Barrow is not elected. And the response of the people of Misra is that we are going to vote for President Barrow. We've seen the milling machine, and we're going to vote. We know that so that we can have a tractor. Yeah. Now, again, on the 30th of November, 30th of November, the milling machine was distributed in Kumbija by Siaka Jata and Bubu Drame. And it was also during the campaign period, and it was for no other reason than to get the NPP, to get the NPP's candidate elected as president of this country. Between the 26th and 2nd of December, Siaka Jata delivered a tractor to the people in Taibatu, in Taibatu, in Upper River region. And when he did so, he told them, we shouldn't trick each other. We shouldn't trick each other. And we need to accept that the peace and development in this country is due to Adama Barrow. And we can only thank him we can only show him our gratitude by voting for him in December 4th elections. This was when milling machine was given to the people of Taibatu. On 2nd December, just 2 days before the vote, Pierre Ba, the chief of Nyani, and Siaka Jata went to Kuntauru. And at Kuntauru, they told them that, I'm quoting, if the people of Kuntauru vote for PPP, vote for NPP, it will be known because Kuntauru is designated as a polling center for only the village of Kuntauru. That only Kuntauru will vote, residents of Kuntauru will vote at that polling station. Yeah? And he wants NPP to lead UDP by at least 200 votes. Then he thanked them, and Mr. Pierre Ba for the great work he had been doing. And then you can notice it. Nobody of the chief because of his weight, because of his lost weight. Now, and at Kuntaur also, milling machine was given to the people, and in fact, what was most striking about it is that was supposed to be a Gambia government project, but they had stamped on it NPP with the NPP logo, the horse. They had it embroidered on that. A video taken on the 30th of December shows that in Woolly Brief, in Basse, a milling machine was also donated, or at least given, by the regional chairman, Mr. Bubu Drame, and Mr. Siaka Jata to the residents of Woolly Brief. And on 27th November, you have video recordings of Fabu Sane showing that he was distributing milling machine in Kiang, Julakunda. And after the handing over of the milling machine, he said, was to the effect, if someone gives you breakfast and lunch, be rest assured he will give you dinner when he wins. So if that same individual asks you for another 5 years, compared to the same person who has given mere promises, that is the opposition, and the NPP who is already giving you, whom will you choose? Now look, we have come here, we've given you milling machines. And of course, yeah, you cannot compare us with those people who only come here and give you promises. So you must elect President Adama Barrow, and this is an incentive for you to elect him because he has given you breakfast, he has given you lunch, so dinner is certainly assured. This is also on video. And on the 3rd of December, this some that captured on WhatsApp in Jimara, Saranjobo, Sehumbalo was seen there. This was on Friday, and he brought machine to them because these are people of Saranjobo speaking on WhatsApp. That on the 3rd of December, a day that was supposed to be a cooling day, no campaigns. Kumbalo went there and delivered milling machine to the people of Sarajevo, and all because he wants them to vote for President Adama Barrow. On 11th November, I believe this was even on national news. We all know one, probably have heard about Ajinde Njai, the UGDC women leader in Farafenye, who was corrupted, given money, and promised that she'll be given a ticket to go to the Hajj. And because of that, she switched her allegiance from GDC to NPP, and she promised that she was mobilizing all the people in her community, all people who belong to her group, mobilizing them all to join the NPP and vote for President Adama Barrow. And she promised that she will deliver that part of Farafenye to President Adama Barrow, and she did. And she did so because she was corrupted. I'm sure if we watch ton of events around the Tobaski time, you'll probably hear that this woman has been sent to Mecca by President Adama Barrow. Again, that's an act of an act of corrupt practice. We all know Chief Yaya Jajusi. He has always been a propaganda mouthpiece for government. We all know how much discomfort. We all know how this man used his office to terrorize UDP supporters in LRR, but in Jara West in particular, during Yahya Jammeh's time. We all know how this man campaigned vigorously that Adama Barrow should not be elected as president in 2016. That's a common knowledge. He did everything to stop Adama Barrow being elected. Now, he again switched camp and now stood by Adama Barrow, said that no other person will be elected president of this country other than Adama Barrow. I think these are people who do not know what decency means in life, who do not know what principles mean in life. After Yahya Jammeh had done everything for him, after Yahya Jammeh had pampered him in every way, he turns against Yahya Jammeh and now supports Barrow. But then, not only that, he engages in corrupt practices in the name, to the knowledge, and on behalf of Adama Barrow. He did so when he distributed cooking pots, cooking utensils, so forth, to women's group in Jara West. And he told them that these items are given to me by President Barrow to be given to groups within my circle. And we start wondering, why would this have been done during election campaign period? 6 months before, this was not done. The milling machines, none was given to these villagers 6 months before the elections. Why during the election period? These were, some kind of inducements which was meant to really get their votes in violation of Section 116 of the Elections Act. It's an outright corrupt practice that we wanted to present to the court, and the court refused to hear us. And of course, on the 1st of December rather, the governor of Central River Region, Mr. Abba Sanyang, with Siaka Jatta, we are seen on a video in CRR where Mr. Sanyang said, we have this belief that the reason you brought all these voters' cards and showed that you will vote for Adama Barrow. And then, of course, both Siaka Jatta and Abasanya gave donations to the people of CRR and urged them that they should vote for NPP. In fact, the presentation that was done, Siaka was on the video saying, well, I'm happy that my own people, my own relations from Lamenkoto are here. And this gives me great hope that in these coming elections, all of you are going to vote for President Adama Barrow. In fact, what has just been brought to you is just a tip of the iceberg. More materials will be brought to you for your use. But the only way that you can be assured of receiving those materials in future is when you cast your vote for President Adama Barrow. And there are several other incidents of corrupt practices in various parts of the country. URR in particular, and in the Nyaminas, in Fladu, all these were documented and indeed presented in evidence form to the Supreme Court of the Gambia, which they have rejected, or not rejected, which they refused to hear. Now, we, on the advice of National Executive, we thought that some of these incidents of corrupt practices should be brought or exposed to the public, so that the public knows that we did not go to court because we are litigious. We didn't go to court because we just wanted to go to court. We went to court because we had substance. We went to court because we had hard evidence, and these are captured in videos. NPP officials speaking to their crimes. And I say speaking to their crimes, that is their violations of the Section 116 of the Elections Act, by donating or giving gifts, all for the people in the areas to vote for President Adama Barrow. And we hope that this message will go out and the Gambian people will know that these are some of the reasons why we went to court, corrupt practices. There are other reasons bordering on electoral malpractices. There are other reasons showing how the IEC has carried out registration even at the close of registration in certain centers. Combo South, those evidence we have, and we will release those to you, the members of the press, at the most appropriate time. But for now, this is what we want to share with you, and it's not exhaustive, because it is can have about 2,000 pages, cannot just be this summary, but this is just a summary of what we have. There's more of this. If you had been heard, that would have benefited the Gambian. I thank you all for your kind attention. Well, anyway,
ladies and gentlemen of the press, you heard the secretary.
Penmore Physiotherapy and Rehabilitation Clinic is the first of its kind in the Gambia. We have inpatient service and outpatient services. Penmore admits patients and they have intensive rehabilitations. That means treatment 3 times a day for 5 days, from Mondays to Friday, and on Fridays they go to their families to spend time with them, to have family. Outpatients come on regular appointments, probably 2 or 3 times in a week for treatment. We treat patients with arthritis, with back pain, stroke patients, fractures or after fracture operation, paralysis of all types, and we do treat both young and old patients. Penmore Physiotherapy gives quality physiotherapy treatments to Gambians because we are qualified physios from different parts of the world.